Well, folks, hold the tomatoes. I don't have a lot of good news for you on the weather scene. More snow and cold setting in all across the state. We've got a lot of advisories out there, a lot of warnings out there. Let's get you right over and show you what we've got cooking this afternoon. Okay, so areas in blue you're looking at right now, that is going to be a winter weather advisory. So, again, this winter weather advisory is pretty much for a good chunk of the state. Now, the snow accumulations vary quite a bit on this. We'll kind of break those overall snow accumulations down here shortly. But overall, slippery roads, not good travel. Looking at kind of a little layer of black ice under a lot of the snow. So that's going to be the biggest impact with this particular advisory. As for the warnings, yeah, that's the big one. Areas in purple, that is going to be a winter storm warning. Right now set to expire Friday at 12 p.m. These are going to be the areas that are going to see the heaviest and most significant snow accumulations over the next 4 hours. Again, we'll break down those totals here shortly, so hang tight for that. But in these areas, you're likely going to see very, very hazardous travel, the heaviest snow accumulations and whatnot. Areas in that lighter blue up into the corner there, that again is a aviation weather warning. I know it doesn't really apply to most of us, but again, that's due to the Arctic air that's going to be pushing in and some pretty heavy gusts up in this area. So it more or less applies to aviation. If you do have any flights going in and around Kalispell, even for our area in Great Falls and Helena, that potentially could cause some delays. So just kind of keep that in mind. Again, that aviation warning due to the Arctic air pushing in and increased snow up in that area, limited visibilities, and the likelihood of ice formation on aircrafts. Okay, so a lot to break down with this system. Again, the big thing was we had that huge chunk of Arctic air pushing down through the state last night. As that system continues to settle in, we've had just more and more moisture moving in off of the North Pacific. That's mixed in with that colder air and really caused some pretty decent snow across the area. So let's show you exactly how the futurecast is painting in the next couple of hours here. More widespread snow as we move into the early morning hours Friday. So tonight into Friday, we're going to see the snow kick up quite a bit, and it looks like it's setting up the heaviest band from Cut Bank extending down to Billings right now. So with Great Falls, Helena really into that. The area is right along the Rocky Mountain front here. Reason I point this out is as that cold front kind of drops in, a couple different things are going to happen. We have frontogenesis, which is basically the lift along the front edge of that cold front, and then the other aspect is orographic lift. So we've got that system pushing moisture back up the mountains, and the front edge of that cold front also pushing moisture up. So again, areas like Helena, Butte, up to Kalispell, Cut Bank could see heavier accumulations out of this storm because of those different factors coming together. As the evening plays out, taking you into the early morning hours tomorrow, we should see still some pretty decent snow across the area. Should start tapering off, though, as the day progresses throughout Friday. But that's not quite the end of it. As we enter into the weekend, you can start to see this speckly little moisture moving in. We've got a pretty healthy area of low pressure off of the North Pacific that's going to be tracking in. That's going to give us a whole gamut of weather this weekend. It's going to be very difficult to determine whether it's going to be snow, sleet, freezing rain, rain-snow mixture, just rain, for the simple fact that with that system is coming some warmer air. That warmer air is going to overrun the colder air, so the likelihood of freezing rain this weekend is going to be a huge concern. We'll talk more about that 5:30 and 10 this evening. As for the snow tracker, okay, so this is right now up through Friday night, tomorrow night. Here's what we're looking at. So again, this is above and beyond what we already have. 3 to 5 for most locations where that heavy band of snow is expected to set up. There are some pockets of heavier snow, south of Lewistown, Helena, 5 to 8 possibly. Remember, we talked about the reason that this particular area, Helena, Butte, Bozeman, is going to see these higher amounts is because as that system moves in, not only is the cold front wedging that moisture up, so are the mountains. So those two combining factors are going to bump up the totals quite a bit as we move into the front Rocky Mountain front here. So just kind of keep that in mind. The heaviest band, again, if you were to draw a line from Cut Bank down to Billings, 3 to 5. If you have travel in this area, be careful, folks. It's not looking very good. Temperatures this evening, very chilly. Single digits along the high line. I know it's supposed to be spring. You can really see on the temperature contour here, there's that big batch of cold air that's settled in. Teens pretty much all across the board. The further south we go, the warmer we're going to get. And when I mean warm, like 20s. So 11 degrees tonight in Great Falls, 17 here in Helena. Tomorrow, not regaining much strength. The further south you go, the warmer it's going to be. You can kind of see this warmer air mass trying to move in, which you think warmer air mass, oh, yay, it's going to bump up those temperatures, but it's going to overrun this colder air, and that's when the concerns fall into play for this weekend. We'll talk about that more again tonight. But overall, highs tomorrow for your Thursday, looking at the 20s pretty much across the board, 20 in Havre, 27 in Great Falls, about 10 degrees warmer here in Helena. That kind of breaks down the weather systems we've got. Again, we'll take a more detailed look at it, show you some of these weather systems and how they're expected to impact the area tonight, 5:30 and 10 o'clock. Hope to see you there.